All right, what is going on, Chiefs Kingdom? Welcome back to the KC Sports Report. As always, I'm your host, Michael Darcy, and today I'm going to break down the Chiefs trading for cornerback Mike Hughes. So I know this video is long overdue. I get that. I'm usually late on this kind of stuff, but like I keep saying in video after video, better late than never. So the Kansas City Chiefs have traded the Minnesota Vikings for cornerback Mike Hughes. The Chiefs are sending their 2022 sixth-round draft pick to the Vikings in exchange for Hughes and a seventh-round draft pick next year. You know, this move was very interesting. You know, if you've been following the channel for a while now, you know my thoughts on the Chiefs' cornerback depth. I thought that they needed somebody else, whether that was Bashaud Breeland, whether that was somebody else in free agency, or maybe someone via trade. And that's exactly what Brett Veach and the Chiefs front office did. You know, Mike Hughes is an interesting case because he was a first-round draft pick in 2018. He's got a lot of talent. He's a smaller guy, but he's physical. He's a firecracker, but his biggest problem is he can't stay healthy, and that's why he got traded. He only played 24 games in 3 years. His first year in the league, he played 6 games. In 2019, he played 14, which is the most games he's played in his career by far. And then in 2020, he only played 4 games. And his injury history is a lot more than what just meets the eye. You know, he tore his ACL in 2018, I believe it was. And then he's had neck injuries in the past. And neck injuries are something that you really can't mess with. You know, an ACL recovery isn't as serious. You can recover over that over the offseason. And if you do tear your ACL, it doesn't make you untradeable. A neck injury, on the other hand, is something that is really hit or miss. You know, honestly, this guy could be good, but he's injured his neck on 2 separate occasions. It basically kept him out all of last year, and that's concerning. Honestly, that was probably the biggest concern, and that's why a guy that got picked 30th overall in 2018 went for a 6th-round draft pick. I mean, that is basically a steal for the Chiefs. Now, obviously, we're going to have to see what he can do. You know, he didn't really play a lot last year. He only played 4 games, but he's 5'10", 189. He is fast. He flies around the field. He makes plays. He's a big-time hitter, a very physical cornerback, which might explain why he got injured a lot. But I think he's going to be a very good corner if he can stay healthy. And that's the main emphasis, if you want to say that, in this video, is if he can stay healthy, he's going to be a solid cornerback. But the question is, can he stay healthy? And that's really where all my concerns lie. I have no problems with this pickup. I think it's a very low risk, but has the potential to be a very high reward. I mean, we pretty much know what we're going to get from him. I mean, if he can stay healthy, he's going to be a solid number 2 corner to L'Jarius Sneed. Or even if he can't stay healthy, he's going to be a rotational guy. And as long as we can get something out of him, this trade was worth it. Because a 6th-round draft pick, I know we got some good players in the 6th round this year, but let's be honest here. A 6th-round draft pick for a guy that was picked in the 1st round just 3 years ago is a pretty damn good trade. I mean, it just is. You don't find guys like this come on the market that often, and especially for so cheap. Like I keep saying, again, he's going to have to prove that he can stay healthy. But I think that if he can, he's going to be a very solid piece on this defense and somebody that Spags can use. He fits the Chiefs' scheme. He played about 30% of his snaps in his pro career in the slot. He can play on the outside, which is where he played the majority of his career, but he also can play on the inside. If you want to move Sneed on the outside, or you could have a platoon system of Rashad Fenton and Mike Hughes that kind of take over the inside. So I do think this is a very good trade. Again, I can't get too excited because, again, we're just going to have to see if he can stay healthy. But I do believe that if he can stay healthy, he's going to be a good cornerback for us. I genuinely believe that. His stats are pretty good. He had, I believe it was 3 forced fumbles and 4 fumbles overall. He had 2 interceptions so far in his career, which I get it. It's not a lot, but we don't necessarily need somebody that is going to get 3 or 4 interceptions a year. Because we got Tyrann Mathieu, who's going to consistently grab 4 to 5 to 6. And you got other guys like L'Jarius Sneed, who's a ball hawk. He's going to find a way to get around the ball and make a play. You don't need a bunch of guys in the secondary that can only catch the ball. Mike Hughes is going to be somebody that, if he can stay healthy, is going to be able to come off the bench or potentially even start if DeAndre Baker does not come back and give minutes. And honestly, that's really important at this stage in the game because the Chiefs just need depth. we saw last year, I know this is a bit different, but we saw last year how when the Chiefs' offensive line went down, they had nobody else. And, I kind of got a little bit concerned about that cornerback group this offseason. You lost Bashaud Breeland, at least so far, and I just didn't think that you had enough depth. This move is fantastic for depth. I think that if he does play, he's going to provide something. And for what we gave up, it's a fantastic trade. So, Chiefs Kingdom, what do you guys think about the Mike Hughes trade? I think that for both teams involved, both the Chiefs and the Vikings, they both got something from it. Vikings fans didn't really dislike the guy, but again, they were just frustrated because he couldn't stay healthy. But that's understandable. So hopefully Mike Hughes can come in and learn behind this very talented secondary and kind of get some reps under his belt. And I think that if he can just stay healthy and play his type of game, which really fits this scheme, he plays fast, physical football, just like the kind of cornerbacks that Steve Spagnuolo likes. I think he's going to have a chance to be a good cornerback in this system, and I genuinely believe that. So hopefully Mike Hughes can come into Kansas City, stay healthy, and bring that great brand of football to this team. And if he can, this Chiefs team is going to have just enough in the tank to make a Super Bowl run this year. Thank you for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed it, hit that like button, comment, and subscribe for more of the best Chiefs content on YouTube. You can also follow us on Instagram for more of the latest updates on future videos, as well as instant Chiefs news right after it happens. You can also support the channel via the Patreon, as well as buying merchandise from the KC Sports Report store on Teespring. The links to all of those websites will be in the description. You just listened to the KC Sports Report, presented by Michael Darcy.